Hey guys, let's get nuts. I just saw The Flash in theaters in an early screening, and I want to give you guys a spoiler-free review, and then at the very end we'll talk spoilers very briefly. If you're new here, I'm Jonathan, and this is Mini Superheroes Today, where we talk all things Lego and superheroes, and we do it today. Okay, so The Flash. This movie has been a long time in the making. We've heard about production on it for quite a long time, and it's finally here. A movie that some people, myself included, was worried might never even come out, but it's out, and here's my thoughts on it. This movie way over-delivered on what I was expecting. It had so much going against it, and it's way better than it had any right to be, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, from a film critic standpoint, there are critics that are going to say, oh, it's predictable, it's cookie cutter, it is what it is, but from a fan standpoint, this movie gives you literally everything you could possibly want out of it, and then some. There are some cameos in the film, I'm not going to expound right now, that are honestly mind-blowing, and try not to be spoiled by them before you go into the movie if you can help it at all. Just be ready for a wild time, a great nostalgic trip through everything DC, honestly, and get ready for some great acting performances, too. Now, look, I'd be lying if I said I was an Ezra Miller fan. I really don't condone any of the actions that Ezra Miller has taken, and to be honest, it's kind of hard to come out and be like a huge supporter of this movie, knowing Ezra's antics, but just judging the movie on its own merit, it is really great, and like I said, it delivers everything you could want if you're a DC fan. Now, the big news in the room is Michael Keaton being back as Batman, and oh my gosh, after all these years, it is so cool to see him back in the suit. And a thing that I was worried about is like, okay, is it going to be believable that this old guy can fight in the suit? And in my opinion, I think they kind of acknowledge it a little bit. In my opinion, it seems like he moves a little slower at certain points, but hey, at the end of the day, Michael Keaton's back as Batman. How much are we really going to sit here and nitpick that? It was just great to see him in the suit again, and as Bruce Wayne. He does great in both roles, and he's phenomenal. I thoroughly enjoyed Supergirl in this movie. In fact, she might have been my favorite hero in the movie. It's so cool watching her in action, and yes, I know all of us would have rather, well, I shouldn't say all of us, I don't want to speak for everybody, but a lot of people going into it would have rather seen Henry Cavill in one last role. Could you imagine him teaming up with Keaton? Oh my gosh, that would have been awesome. But Kara, I always get that mixed up. Kara is super awesome in this movie, and I thoroughly enjoyed her. She was a lot of fun, and her action sequences are amazing. Okay, so I'm going to talk spoilers. If you're worried about spoilers, I'll catch you on the next video. If you could care less about spoilers, let's get into it. So from a storytelling perspective, I thought that this wrapped it up really nicely. I found myself getting emotional several times between things that Keaton said as well as the way Barry interacts with himself in the past, and I think that it's a really great character growth for Barry, and I'm kind of curious. I feel like DC Warner Brothers left the ending pretty ambiguous in that this Flash could continue on in a new universe, or if James Gunn is just going to wipe the slate clean and, go forward and do his own thing. It could totally be explained that this Flash is like in his own pocket universe now and we're never going to see Ezra in the role again. I think DC is waiting to see how the first week or two of this movie pan out, and if people are willing to overlook Ezra's past for the performance. That's not really here or there, that's just speculation about the future of the character. As far as the movie goes, the first third of the movie plays out like you're watching a comic book. It is so awesome. I thought the second act where they rescue Supergirl, it was really cool because of Keaton and, him being back in the Batman suit and everything, but at the same time, it did slow down a little bit there for me, which is kind of ironic in a Flash movie. But the third act is all action. I feel like it wraps up pretty nicely, honestly. I was pretty thrilled with it, and overall, I really enjoyed the movie. The one disappointment I have is that the Batmobile is only shown. It's never gets like an action scene, but we get plenty of action with the Batwing, and that was cool too. So because of the channel, of course, I want to talk about the Lego implications. Once again, it's another DC movie that is not getting any Lego sets. It's actually been a long time since we've got a DC movie that has had Lego sets, but this was a huge missed opportunity. Now, a while back, there was a rumor of a set called Flash Tracking, which was rumored to be an '89 Batmobile with Michael Keaton Batman, Supergirl, and the Flash. and that was rumored for a long time, and that set is just straight up canceled now. Now, we never saw images of it. We don't know exactly what it was supposed to be. It was all rumored, but in my opinion, the Batmobile actually would have been a waste to make a set in this movie because we didn't get any action sequences with it, which is partially what makes me think maybe that's a reason it was canceled or, never coming out at all. But I really think the real issue goes back to Ezra Miller. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I'm sure you can understand if you've read some news headlines why LEGO may not want to make a LEGO minifigure of them. And so, I think that has more to do with it than anything. Because look at all the Michael Keaton-inspired Batman sets that we are getting between this one I have next to me, the 89 Batmobile, the Batwing, the Polybag. So LEGO is clearly leaning into the Keaton nostalgia that we're about to have this summer, but at the same time, they're not really making any Flash-based LEGO sets or products, and unfortunately, I think that the fans are missing out, because this would have been so cool. I think, remember the Battle of Smallville set from Man of Steel? I think they could have done something along those lines with Batman, maybe even both versions of Flash, Supergirl and General Zod, 5 minifigs, nice and easy, get everything, $50, $60 set, people would have loved it. But regardless, it's a bummer we didn't get any LEGO sets for this, and I'll be curious to see. I mean, we're not going to get any Blue Beetle LEGO sets, and I feel like the next DC movie we could possibly get LEGO sets for is the Superman James Gunn movie, but that's still a long ways away, so for the foreseeable future, it looks like Michael Keaton-based Batman LEGO sets are what we're going to be getting, and maybe some comic book sets, but that's just speculation at this point. So to wrap things up, I really enjoyed the movie. I do highly recommend it. It's still hard for me to fully endorse and recommend because of Ezra, but I think we're each going to have our own opinions on that. So if you're able to see past that and just go turn your mind off and go have fun in the DC universe for a few hours, definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Warner Brothers did an amazing job. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it again at some point in the future and seeing what Easter eggs I might have missed out on, but this movie is jam-packed with DC references. It is a DC fan service movie, which, to wrap things up, I think some people are really going to love that, and some people who are a little bit more critical of movies are going to be like, bruh, this thing needed some more substance. But overall, if you're able to just go to the movie, be a superhero fan for a few hours and turn your mind off and just have fun, let go, this is going to be a great movie for you. But I'd love to hear what you guys think. If you've seen the movie, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you haven't seen the movie, let me know if you're anticipating it or if you're going to wait for streaming for this one. In any case, it's been awesome hanging out with you. Thank you so much for checking out the channel here, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Well, you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and maybe check out one of my other videos listed here.